Hello, everyone. This is my own creative critical reflection, or CCR for short. My name is Daniel Huet, and I'm here to talk about all of my creative critical reflection from my project. So, my group mates here are Clyde, Isai, and Ernst that helped me assist with the project. And our genre for our project film is action and comedy. Then, our film opener or our title for our film is called The Scheme. And then, the usage of conventions. So the film uses convention by composing mise-en-scene or cinematography elements, such as, for example, since our film is action slash comedy, we have to use natural lighting to give a sense of realism as it's action. So as it's action, it has to be there has to be some comedy incorporated into the film. So we use humorous background noises to enhance the comedy mood or the atmosphere for the audience to notice. And then sounds characters won't hear, but the audience will hear or notice to enhance the genre of our film. Then representation for social groups. Our film represents social groups because in life there's always sides when it comes to situations that you will regret, such as the bad side and the good side. Which in our film, the bad side are the robbers and the good side is the cops. So we use this in our film since having these groups give a sense of realism that could possibly reflect to the audience that they were in a similar situation at some point in their lives or provide a lesson to encourage others to never do the same, to never do something that they will regret in their life. Target audience. Target audience for our film is for those that enjoy a good laugh, like middle-aged people, young adults, and sometimes teenagers that enjoy the concept of action but also like humor, which can be achieved by incorporating goofy or funny sound effects, as well as cinematic and serious background sound or music in the correct shot. An example of this is a dark room where usually a bad guys meet in his house so the atmosphere can distribute thriller or seriousness in the action film to keep a balance of humor and scenic plot in our genre or film. Next up is marketing and production company plans. Our production company is Warner Bros. To assist with our project because based on the research we did, Warner Warner Bros. Seemed the most promising as to make our film because marketing for marketing we decided to release a trailer for our film first on social media as that would be the best way to market our film because people nowadays use social media so it might be the best option since it shows us potential and love people or audience will have in our film if they see our trailer. So my journey pretty much my journey for my production skills. Comparing myself now than in the beginning was a huge step up because I got better over time by studying, learning, visualizing, most of all trying my best at putting my knowledge on everything I know from the class to my work or the class itself. Since in the beginning, learning about it wasn't exactly too difficult since a lot of my free time I watch movies or films, so I could under the concept I understood it a little bit. The concept it wasn't too difficult to me, but it was a bit complicated to know more in depth with it, like the camera shots, the camera move, camera angles, and the background if it should be blurred or not. And then in the middle, I learned more. Then pretty much the middle of my journey, I learned more about the techniques and elements of how film is made by mise-en-scene, cinematography, editing, and doing jump cuts or more editing to shift one scene to another. But finally, at the end of my journey, I learned how actual scenes are sketched, analyzed, and how to prepare before production, since the script is an important aspect of pre-production and also the storyboarding. And also, sorry and excuse my mispronunciation sometimes. Now, the aftermath of my development, which is almost like a reflection, The planning wasn't exactly too difficult as you needed to be creative and think as a team to agree with one another by hearing each person. For the drafting process was pretty much the same as the planning process, since it required to think thoroughly and be creative of what you visualize, like the planning process. But the directing process was a little difficult since finding the areas for our film and thinking on who gets a certain role of our film wasn't the easiest since it required a lot of debate and thinking to figure out on how it would go. Lastly, the shooting process was also not that easy too because there are definitely moments where nothing is perfect, so interruptions, mistakes, or difficulties were made, which made me realize that filming a movie or filming in general is not easy at all and takes a lot of practice or work to figure out the visualization you did in the beginning. So it's a lot to take in. Then the process of how I incorporated technologies in the project. So the equipment I used for our project was iPhone and or Samsung. As well, using those devices, me and my teams realized that because of iPhone's advancements we currently have, the camera are more prone to produce higher quality shots or scenes when we try to produce our film, since there are new options to drop off or edit the photo taken, as well as changing the tone or lighting to show a more meaningful representation for our film, as seen in this example right here. Yeah, that's a wrap up. I'd like to thank you all for hearing what I have to say about my project and seeing what I have to offer in my CC.